May 24th.
It is May 24th, but we are reviewing May 23rd, 205 Live.
That is true.
He's Byron. I'm Mike.
No, I'm not.
What is your name? You have not come up with a satisfactory name.
Byron is my slave name. I will now be known as Ackbar Shabazz Jenkins Esquire.
Ackbar Shabazz Jenkins Esquire is with me today. He is very much my brother from another mother and has elected to convert to the faith of Islam.
I didn't say that.
It sounded like that was what you're going for.
I was just going to buy an afro wig, really, and that's as far as the gimmick was going to go.
Okay. We're doing 205 Live. Let's get this rolling. We opened up with a Brian Kendrick and Akira Tozawa package. I like the package, and the street fight should be kind of good tonight, but I do kind of have a problem with, and this was a recurring theme throughout the night, of the needless hype train that this episode was. Yeah. Where it's like, we're hyping up everything. It's like, watch Raw, Rock's pay-per-view, watch SmackDown. Like, we're watching 205 Live. What do you think this audience is?
Yeah, I think, out of the, what was it, like an hour of programming, there must have been at least 20-25 minutes of hype nonsense.
Pretty much, and that wasn't a great feel to it.
No, again, this is on the network. The people have paid you money to watch this. They're already invested, dude. Calm your happy ass down. Just show us some really good wrestling.
That was pretty much, like, I get this on a Raw or a SmackDown where you have a more casual crowd, you're on network television, you have a bunch of people watching who may not watch these things, but on 205 Live, especially when you only have an hour, and if you're not going to let these guys wrestle, I don't understand how this division or this show is going to be worth your time.
It's slowly becoming the imagine, if you will, Southpaw Regional Wrestling taken over by corporate hacks. That's slowly what it's devolving into. No matches, just commercials. Woo!
Oh yeah, we got very, very, very little actual wrestling here. Very little.
Woo, tangy.
Whoa, crispy. Whoa, tangy. Whoa, Memphis.
Honey mustard, goddammit.
No, there was yeah, but I'm mixing in the Memphis commercial that they actually have on TV.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that's acceptable.
We the first match we got here was Rich Swann versus Arya Daivari, and I know my man Ackbar has some things to say about this match.
This is the kind of match that made me stop watching wrestling in the first place. Very formulaic, very 1, 2, 3 wrestle by numbers, very predictable. Rich Swann got the absolute snot beat out of him for how long did the match go? 10 minutes? 15?
probably less than 10, actually.
I think it was about 10.
It was somewhere in the neighborhood of 10.
We'll say 10. He probably got his ass beat for 8.5 minutes and then suddenly won. Daivari had enough time to kick him, walk around yelling at the crowd, go back, kick him, walk around yelling at the crowd, rear chin lock, blah, 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 blah. And then we all know the face is going to win because you've taken so much time to do this. Vince wants a big baby face come up every single time. So that's what he gets. And you can set your watch by it. And I didn't like it because this is the kind of nonsense I expect out of, like, rookies. The problem is that all of your rookies are so much better than your predictable wrestle by numbers matches.
Kinda. I mean, these are both guys who have had matches before that have gotten me invested, and this match did absolutely nothing to get me invested. The highlight was right at the beginning when Arya Daivari said that you ruined a $1,500 shirt that's worth more than your life.
This is a little racist?
It was a little racist, but I enjoyed it. Other than that, I'm going to just say Rich Swann seems to take a while to get into a match because, like, his facials at the start were bad. It was like he was smiling too much. Yeah. And it had gone away by the end, so just be quicker with that, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems to take... I'm not really a Rich Swann guy. I don't... Like, I've seen him do very dynamic moves. It's just that his matches aren't very good.
The storytelling does seem to be kind of lacking.
Yeah, I mean, if your thing is big dynamic moves, and do a lot of them, because that's what it's going to take to get you over. At this point, nobody cares about your knee knocking dance wiggle. Just go out there and show me something. Oh, he's very good on promos. I really liked his interjection into the whole Alicia Fox, Noam Dar storyline. That was great. He's usually really good in an interview. It's just that his matches aren't nothing that I'm interested in.
About sums it up. Yeah. Swan got the win after he hit Davari with a really hard kick and then near fall, but then finished with a Phoenix Splash. I will say that they not so much today, but not today, but yesterday when this match occurred, they need to make up their mind if Davari is a Persian or an Arab.
Mm-hmm.
Because they keep going back and forth. Like, he is a Persian, I can tell by looking at him. But half the time they seem to want to treat him like he's an Arab. And there is a difference. I know the American audience doesn't care, and the Canadian audience, probably also doesn't care.
The only reason I would care is I want to know what kind of food we're getting when we go out afterwards. That's it.
I'm just saying, it matters to the people who might be watching in that particular part of the world, and it's not hard to just go with one or the other. Like, that's the thing. Just roll with it. Noam Dar and Alicia Fox did end up attacking Rich Swann at the end. And by the way, this is a good example of what I keep talking about with Corey Graves on 205 Live, is that he's not a heel to a dumb extent. Like, what I mean is, you get like a 100% heel commentator, and someone will come out and do the most heelish thing, and the commentator will sit there trying to make excuses like, oh, no, that's what you get for celebrating your win, or something like that, you know. Complete stupidity, like undermining any remote credibility that the announcer has. Corey Graves is like, no, this is a dick move, and I accept that. I like it.
Yeah, to Rich Swann's credit, he took a hell of a bump. He hit the mat stupendously hard. I legitimately thought he had maybe broken his nose, because he fell flat on his face after bumping off the ring apron. And as soon as that happened, Corey Graves had flipped, just like switched sides, like, no, hold on, that's not cool.
Yeah, I like that. I enjoy that. We then had a recap of the Aries and Neville feud and an interview with the two, and this was a waste of time. Like, it was good, but it was a waste of time. You have 1 hour to get this division over, and you're doing this. And again, if anyone's watching 205 Live and is not familiar with the Austin Aries Neville feud, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I skipped it. As soon as I saw an interview segment, I was like, skip. Commercial, skip. I think I skipped past easily 15, 20 minutes worth of filler. I've seen their interviews. I've seen their interactions. I've seen their face-to-face. I've seen all that stuff. This is going to be their third pay-per-view match. I don't need more incentive to watch.
Or if you do, they've completely failed building this up.
Yeah, if you need incentive to watch the man that Gravity forgot against a double in a submission match, you have missed out on so much, and I feel bad for you. There's no reason to keep doing this. There's also not another reason to have another TJP versus Aries match for any reason. I mean, if you want to start building another program, you should do some more stuff with Gentleman Jack.
Or let TJP and Austin Aries actually just be like, guys, go out there and have a great match, because they can do that.
Oh, yeah.
They can do that. I have footage if you need to see it to believe it. I will comment on the promo. It's good. I mean, Neville is being a delusional heel, and he's good at it. And Aries is just like defeating him with face fire and logic. And it's good. I like it. It didn't do anything. I was excited for this match before. I'm still excited. I'm not any more excited because I can't get any more excited.
Stop, my penis can only get so erect.
That's kind of where I'm going with that, yeah. And then we had a Raw promo, and it's like, and again, we go back to this whole thing. What is this promo for? Who's watching 205 Live that isn't watching Raw?
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. Then we had Cedric Alexander squash Johnny Boone.
Which I was fine with.
Mr. Shabazz Jenkins Jr., would you like to break this down further?
It was good times. Good move at the end. I can't tell if the lumbar check is the same thing as the end of Heartache. So I'll have to see some side-by-side film footage to see if Roderick Strong's move is the same as Cedric Alexander's. So that'll be interesting.
I might be, to be honest. The only thing I found kind of weird is that this is the first time I've seen a jobber be completely terrified of someone who wasn't like Braun Strowman big. And
yeah.
That was
I think he's the biggest
weird.
205 Live guy.
Oh yeah, I mean he is, but like, I mean like, you know, getting a jobber of that size in there with Braun Strowman is usually how terrified they get. This was a little bit weird. Anyways, welcome back, Cedric Alexander. It's great to have you back. I wish they had given you something more to work with because this show desperately needed some decent matches, but
yep.
It is what it is. We then got a promo with Drew Gulak. We got a recap of Drew Gulak's assault on Mustafa Ali, and then a message from Drew Gulak. I like the political parody nature of this. It's fun, and Drew Gulak is a funny guy, and they should do more with him. But that could be said for almost the entire roster.
You're a funny guy, Sully. I kill you last.
I mean, this is the continuous problem, is that there are so many cruiserweights that we don't see ever, and they're on contract, and what really is the what's the point of this show if not to get them over?
To fill time and make Triple H happy so he stops bothering you.
Then we got an Extreme Rules package, and fuck that. just fuck that. That's as far as it goes.
Yeah, skip that too. It's amazing how much you can skip if you just keep skipping.
I know. And then we got the Brian Kendrick versus Akira Tozawa street fight match. You know what? I don't dig Tozawa constantly screaming.
I see. You'd said that, and I hadn't seen the match yet, and I'm like, hey, he just does the ha ha ha, but then he did like the halfway Bruce Lee scream when he was doing a splash or something or a suplex. Can't remember what, but I was like, oh yeah, I guess that can be a little over the top.
It's a bit over the top. I did like Tozawa selling a jacket hit to the head. That was good.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's good. What is in Brian Kendrick's pockets?
It is rich Corinthian leather.
Rich Corinthian leather with an undersell of Kevlar body armor.
Indeed. This is a good match. I don't really have much to add to that, other than they're not letting dynamic guys be that dynamic until the end of the match. Whereas you could probably let some dynamism happen throughout the match, and people would be very much more interested throughout the match. There was a hell of a senton through a table at the end. That was quite the business. And yeah, overall, pretty good match. 2.5 stars, maybe 3 if you're really generous, but I'd say 2.5.
2.5, I'd say, is probably the ballpark. I like the tape spots where Kendrick actually taped his mouth closed, and the belt whipping was pretty good as well.
Yeah, purple duct tape in a match. I have not seen duct tape used in a match before. Probably a CCW thing.
Yep. I assure you, yes. I liked Tozawa's striking stuff. Very nice, very nice. Kendrick is good at playing the heel. I kind of noticed that when he was bringing Tozawa just back to the ring, and he's just raking the eyes, just taking all the little liberties. It's nice. Taped his hands around the ring post and whipped him with the belt, and Tozawa got his revenge with the belt. And Captain's Hook still is not a good finishing hold. Could be with a few adjustments, but
yeah,
great.
Captain's Hook, he needs to corkscrew back and hook the guy's leg. Otherwise, it's not believable.
They did spend way too long on this steel chair spot on the outside, where they're both trying to basically smash the other guy's head into it, only for both of them to fail. And then, like, later on in the match, they go over to the other steel stairs, and Tozawa finally smashes Kendrick into it. And it's like, you wasted so much time on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all right.
The senton was good, except that it just took too long. Like,
yeah, there's been a rash of that lately. Is okay. Here's the finish. Okay, you have 2 minutes to fill still. Okay.
So stand up there, stand up on the top rope, yelling to the crowd.
It'll take me at least 30 seconds per turnbuckle to climb to the top, and then it'll take me another 30 seconds of looking around and knee wobbling like I've never climbed to the top of anything before. I mean, they did this, what was it, last week or the week before, when somebody was doing a superplex spot and it took them forever. I have no idea why it was taking so long, but there's a lot of this going around lately. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of it. Yep, so Tozawa gets the win, and I assume he wins the feud. The logic of booking doesn't really sink in anymore, but like logically, like he should have won the feud, right? Like I'm not wrong on that.
No.
Again, the show had too little wrestling and too much pointless promotion. Like promoting stuff that if I'm watching 205, I'm already going to watch. So why not work, I don't know, Grand Metalik onto the show, or Tony Nese, although I suppose they're probably selling the fact that Neville like beat the crap out of him on Raw. So, I mean, fair enough. But you have other guys on the roster, let them wrestle, or give the matches you have here more time. Because I mean, it's like you could have done a lot more with Cedric Alexander's return, and I just it's frustrating booking of the matches and the pacing of the shows.
I would agree.
So that's all for 205 Live. I'm Mike. He is Ackbar, Shabazz, Jenkins Jr.
Esquire, goddammit.
Esquire. Okay, Esquire. My apologies, Mr. Jenkins. How dare I presume to believe that you may be the second of your name?
Did you just presume your own presumption?
It's possible.
Excellent.
I mean, I have been known to do that. So that's all for today. And we'll be back at you with the NXT review. And you know what? Hopefully NXT is really, really good, so I can end the week on a high note.
It has Aleister Black on it.
That's generally that's a side. That's a side. That it will indeed end well.
And Drew Granny Smith is going to be on there as well.
I see.
Oh, sorry, McIntosh. No, McIntyre.
Yeah, but he's facing Wesley Blake, and I know that's not going to be anything particularly amazing. So
probably
there is that. Anyways,
get out of here.
We'll see you next time.